Hey YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today you have the Rhino. I'm going to drink a beer. We have so many beers to choose from. What should we drink? You know what? Let's do this one. Today we're going to drink Bud Light Radler. I've actually been curious about this one, to be honest with you. I love Radlers. Now, when I drink Radler, I normally drink a macro Radler. Stiegl is probably my favorite of the Radlers. I find that a macro company just does them better. Other than the ones that are made by Flying Monkeys, like their Orange Mungus is probably my favorite Radler ever, followed by White Lightning, and they just have a huge plethora of really nice Radlers. That being said, if I'm just buying ones I can get all the time, Stiegl is my go-to. I usually have a couple Stiegls in the house at all times. But this one is one that I've been intrigued by. So here we are. Let's try and I can't. Wow. That text not only is small, but the white on light orange just doesn't work. What do we have here? It is made with real fruit juice. It's a grapefruit Radler. It is trademark registered. That's great. What's your ABV though? Where is your ABV? I know that In the Basement told me it's 2.4. Yeah, it's right there, 2.4. But that's the only part of this I can read. I want to see the ingredients is really what I want here, so just bear with me 1 second while I get my glasses. And by glasses I mean my camera, and I do this, and I zoom in. Ingredients. Beer. Is that English? Yeah, that's a beer. Okay. Beer. Doesn't tell me what's in the beer, but beer. Concentrated grapefruit juice. Concentrated white grape juice. Natural flavor. Citric acid. Acacia. Acacia? I don't even know what that is. Ester gum. And SA18 contains barley. So I'm going to guess SA18 is a color additive. I want to know what acacia is. And I'm sure you guys might want to know too. You might not, I don't know. So let's do that next. Okay, Google. What is acacia? That's not what I want to know. It didn't tell me. Sorry. So, I mean, it looks nice. It looks nice, I'll give it that. Acacia, commonly known as the wattles or acacia, it's the largest genus of shrubs, larvae, and trees in the subfamily of the pea family. Okay, so it's peas of some type. Okay, so acacia is part of the pea family. It's a shrub in the pea family. I don't know how I feel about that, but it is a shrub in the pea family. Okay, let's do this then. Oh, that smells really nice. I did have Jace, I believe, say that he drank this and it reminded him of Fresca. And I mean, I could see that with that smell. That smell is grapefruit, but with a little bit of sweetness to it. Like, grapefruit pop, and Fresca is the first one that comes to mind. There is other ones. I actually, you know what? I think it's a mixture between Doritos grapefruit, and Fresca. Where Doritos is a little more natural grapefruit flavor, where Fresca is more of that almost pine sol sweet. So I think it's a mixture of the two. It looks like grapefruit juice straight up. If you put this in a glass and put it in front of somebody and didn't tell them it was the Bud Light Radler, I'm sure a lot of craft beer guys would think it's a New England IPA. You could probably screw with them in a blind taste test here. Then they'd smell it, and it would smell so much like grapefruit. Like I said, though, it does have a much more apparent sweetness to it. But who knows if I would get that if I was doing this blind. Let's try it. Cheers. Ooh. Okay. So, with Jace saying that, no, it was Scott Breon. Scott Breon is the one that said it, that he tried and it reminded him of Fresca. So for me, the smell, very much Fresca-esque. The taste, a mixture of Doritos grapefruit and real grapefruit juice. It's not quite as sweet for me on the flavor as it was on the nose. Like the nose just smelt just like Fresca. But I know when I was wrestling and I had weight classes to keep and all that, I would have a white grapefruit, sometimes a red grapefruit, and I'd just put a little bit of sugar on it to cut the sourness, and I'd eat it with a spoon. And because my coach always told me that grapefruit cut fat cells and helped you lose weight and this and that, and I was always right at the cusp until I decided to wrestle heavyweight. I was always right at the cusp of my weight class, and that was 84 kilos. I was wrestling 84 kilos for a long time, and I was always sitting around 86 kilos, so I did anything to just stay at the 80, 85 mark and then drop myself, because a lot of tournaments, until you got to the championships, you had a plus or minus of, well, you had a plus 0.5 of a kilo to play with. So a lot of times I would do anything I could just to stay in that 85 range. And then I realized that I was doing a lot more work in the 84 kilo range. So I started wrestling, even at 86 kilos, I started wrestling heavyweight instead of 95. And that's when I shone as a heavyweight wrestler. But the paradigm I get from drinking this is that grapefruit with a little bit of sugar. So it tastes just like a real grapefruit, but with a little bit of sugar on it. I actually like this. I might actually like this more than I like Stiegl, to be honest with you. I need to get more of this. I need to get more of this, and I need to get some Stiegls, and I need to do them blind and see which one I like better, because I think I might actually like the Bud Light better than the Stiegl, and I don't want to be it. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, but I think I do. I really do. I think I like this better than the Stiegl. Oh, it smells like Fresca. It tastes like a grapefruit. It even has that just bitterness that sticks on the sides of your tongue like a grapefruit does. I can't say this is bad. This is exactly what a Radler should be like. And that's what I said. The big guys can do a Radler really well. Other than Flying Monkeys, I think Parallel 49, their Tricycle Radler, was the only other Radler I really liked from a craft guy. Amsterdam did an okay one. Excuse me. Kitchissippi did one I wasn't a fan of at all. A lot of breweries would also say to me, well, why should we make a Radler? First off, it ruins our beer, and second off, you can just mix it yourself. Well, because a lot of people want this. They want to just be able to open it and drink it. Out of 10 on this, as a Radler, I'd probably give it a 9.5. I love it. As a beer on its own, I love it. I'd probably give it a 9 again. A Stiegl is another beer I've given a 9. I gave Flying Monkeys Orange Mungus a 10. I like Radlers. I I'm a weird guy. I like stouts, I like porters, I like sour beers, I like wheat beers, and I like Radlers. Those are my tops. And by sour beers, any of them really. And I like gozas. I like. I'm a weird guy in the thing. Berliner Weisses. I'm a weird guy in the way I like my beer, but I like this. I can't deny it. Regardless of who makes it, I like it. I don't mind it. I'll drink it again. I'll buy it again. If I see this at the LCBO, I'll buy a bunch of them. Thank you, guys. Cheers.